So let's just get more now on those Travis Perkins results and how the company is dealing with a slowing housing market and indeed the prospect of austerity in Britain. The company's CEO, Geoff Cooper, joins us live now in the studio. Thank you very much, Geoff, for coming in to speak to us. So tell me, how has the company been doing so far this year? It's been a bit tricky.
It's a tricky year, but it's a tricky year for everyone as we pull out of recovery. We've been doing very well. We can't do much about whatever the market's going to throw at us, but we can certainly measure ourselves against the market. And this year we've been outgrowing the market, both in our merchanting division and in our retail division.
And what are your expectations for home prices and sales in general for the rest of this year and into 2011?
Well, we think the housing market has pretty much bottomed out in terms of volume activity. That's both new housing and secondary housing transactions, which are very important for us and for many other people. We think we're probably going to see a flattish market going into next year. So we're not expecting a huge recovery in activity levels. On prices, we've been long saying that we think prices need to reduce in order to make houses more affordable and in order to get some volume back in the market. We're out of line with a lot of people on that. Interesting that the Halifax data that's just come out has suggested a fall. I think you've really got to look at house prices on a minimum 3-month basis. It's difficult to tell anything from single monthly data.
You're talking about a flat recovery going ahead. How will that impact on companies like yours?
Well, I think it's down to companies like us to outperform markets. That's certainly the challenge that we set ourselves, and we've got a pretty successful track record at doing that. There are some sectors of the market that are going to do quite well. I think it's interesting, if you look back now at what happened at the end of 2008 and coming into 2009, it was really corporates that went into recession. The consumer carried on spending. We had a great year last year in our retail business. We've seen that flip round a bit in 2010. Corporates are doing quite well. Repair and maintenance programs have been picked up again. But consumers are a bit under pressure, and the retail market is down about 4 or 5%.
And presumably that's going to continue as we look at government cutbacks and uncertain economic outlook. Does that concern you?
It does. I think the lead indicator really is headlines in the newspapers and on the telly. And when people see the kind of headlines we've had about cutbacks, I think that has a damaging effect on consumption itself. Once we get through some of the announcements that we're expecting, of course, very shortly, I think things will stabilise. Overall, we're pretty confident we'll see a flat market next year, but there will be a few ups and downs along the way.
Geoff Cooper, Chief Executive Officer of Travis Perkins, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.